have seriously wanted to drive one of these since they came out. So, I mean, I was that kid in high school that just used to, like, I didn't have any friends, so I read car magazines.
Yeah.
And when they came out with the Z06, it was just so nuts. I mean, 505 horsepower.
Yeah, the blanket doesn't work.
Oh, it's doing the little GM thing.
I've got a ball valve in the back.
Oh.
Burned up a socket.
And couldn't this thing hit 60 in first gear?
Yep.
I love the shifter.
It takes getting used to. And they're really well driving cars. This is just a bad one to drive first because it's aftermarket clutch, aftermarket shifter. Nothing feels like it should. So it throws a lot of people for a loop. Like Josh can't drive it. Josh hates it.
Really?
Or he loves driving it, but he struggles to do so every time because it's so different from what he's used to.
Yeah. Well, my like introduction, I've driven. This is the third Corvette that I've driven. One of them was the jankiest C4 that does exist.
Well, it's not really a Corvette if it's a C4.
No, and then I drove, whoop, almost stalled it. There we go. Oh, third. Oh, shit. It's so close.
Yeah.
Anyway, then I drove just a built, track-ready C4, and it was just a completely different animal. It was still kind of like 90s GM sketchy,
Yeah.
you know, kind of questionable, but besides that, it was fun. But this feels like a whole different, what do you want, left, right? I guess we're going left. This feels just so solid and built. I mean, what kind of brakes you got in here? Just
HPS.
oh.
No, HP pluses.
Okay.
DBA 4000 rotors and Hawk HP plus pads. They are a little loud. They let you know.
The interior is not as crap as, like, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm coming from driving you know, old GM crap, like my truck in the Solstice.
Yeah.
You know, this actually feels nice. Not like German nice, but like
It's a decent interior for a $80,000 car with a $75,000 tractor.
yeah.
Like, they didn't spend $5 on the interior. They at least made it ergonomic.
And it feels good. Like, ah, yes. Police. I'm not doing illegal speed yet. So how'd you come across getting the Z06?
I was torn between. When I was working in Chicago, I just had a lot of disposable income, and I wanted another vehicle, and it was either a Corvette or a GTR. And I started looking at it, like, well, buy a Z06, I service it like I do my truck. Buy a GTR, I service it and don't drive it. And I'm like, well, this is an easy decision. I'm gonna go with a cheaper, faster car anyways.
Right.
With a Corvette. And, you can make a GTR a lot faster, a lot easier, but out the box with warranty and everything else, this is the better car to have.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't have a backseat, which is a bonus.
So you bought this new?
I bought this used 15. It had like 15,000 miles on it. All of it. One owner, clean history, yada yada yada. It's since changed. It's been hit 3 times. Not at fault since I bought it. I've had like 25,000 off of the body damage.
Jeez.
I wish it would total. I'm at the point I'm ready to get out of it because I'll never sell it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. It's still fun. It doesn't take away from the value of the car, but the buy value of the car is just paper value now.
Well, what are you doing? I'm not sure what you're doing, guy.
Easy either.
Lake Charles, where good driving goes to. Did you actually have to do that?
You're good after this one.
Okay. The brakes are so grabby.
Yeah, you get used to it. There.
Make sure I'm in first.
You were in third.
It's just, this is, I mean, this gearbox is so tight if you're not used to it.
It's a totally different thing. Like, people don't understand when I tell them I literally had to like train myself, like my shoulder and my back, like my
right side. Yeah.
It's so, it's like, it's just a conditioning. Like it's weird.
I've got to push it as far as I can over just to make
like it's a muscle group you never normally use, so it's not like an easy motion. Now I don't even notice it. I just But I mean, I drive it every single day using traffic, so.
Ugh. Well, that's kind of like, you know, trying to teach somebody to drive a manual for the first time. It's, you know, you don't think it's hard because
right. This is a lot harder for people that know how to drive stick, get in and drive, because it's not what they're used to, than it is. I've taught like 6 or 7 people how to drive stick in this car.
Really?
It is extremely easy to learn on because of how much torque it has.
Oh yeah.
The clutch assembly weighs like almost 50 pounds. So if somebody learning to drive stick, it's really easy to keep that rotating mass rolling because it's so heavy.
Right.
But
so what's your favorite thing about the Z06?
At this point, I couldn't tell you. There's too many things. Like, there's too many good things that I love about it that I don't really have a favorite. Like, I don't have anything bad to say about it for the most part. I get over 30 miles per gallon on the interstate. I mean, I have room for everything I need to carry. I've got more room in the back of this than most people have in their trunk and their sedan.
Yeah.
And it's a fun car. I get to go fast when I want. I can cruise when I want. I got flashed for the first time yesterday coming down I-10. That was cool. That was cool.
Oh, like literally flashed?
Yeah, like some big old thing swinging out the window. I mean, it was a fun moment. Smiles were had, laughs were made. I mean, it was good.
That's a story you can tell your kids.
That's it. The old lady doesn't know yet, but she'll probably find out on Monday. Or not at all. I don't know yet. It depends.
I'll cut that out.
Oh no, it's fine. Run it, dude. Run it. Ship it.
Okay, let me get on it real quick, just so I can have a little fun. Holy shit! Almost lost track. And I was short shifting, but oh man. Okay, you have this problem with your shifter too. What is that noise?
That is the aftermarket shifter. I bought this literally weeks before they figured out how to fix it, and I'm not taking it out and sending it to them because it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a quirk the car has that I can fix for free, but I don't feel like putting the stock shifter back in it for a week to shift that one in and ship that one out and get the new one back in. It's just not.
So this is a short throw kit? Or?
Yeah, that's a Henson short throw. That's why it's so tight.
Yeah.
It's probably 5 times shorter than what it was stock.
Yeah, GM doesn't do a great shifter from the factory.
Yeah, that's the truth. I mean, it was a smooth shifter. It's just the throws were long. Like, this actually moved the shift knob up about half an inch.
Yeah.
The factory's height.
Yeah, you kind of.
It's higher than it looks awkward how high it is, but it's a shorter throw.
Right.
Because of
the leverage point. Yeah. I need this in my life, and that's like, I don't know. When the ZR1 came out, everybody's like, oh, ZR1's here. I'm still over here going like, they got 505 horsepower out of
naturally aspirated engine 10 years ago, 11 years ago.
Yeah.
They probably started designing it in the early 2000s.
Oh yeah, and that's like, I always love the story behind it. You know, they said, hey, how much Corvette do you think you can make for $70,000? And they said, this much Corvette.
Yeah.
And they made this, and they were like, oh. And then they said, how much Corvette can you make for $100 grand? And then they made, you know, just sort of a, you know, let your designers loose a little bit. And these are slowly, I think the Z06s over the next like 10 years are finally going to depreciate out before they start like jumping up. So I'm really, really, really hoping that like somehow within the next 10 years I can make a fortune doing something. And
you can find them now for high 20s.
Yeah, I know. And that's like C5s are at the bottom now. C5 Z06s and stuff are.
They're such a good deal. I want to pick one up as a dedicated autocross car.
Oh yeah, and they're great looking. I love the C6 because it was just, you know, a step up. But
this was my childhood poster car.
Right, exactly.
Wall. I mean, this was C6, Z06. Whenever I was growing up, I was like, I'm gonna have one of those cars.
Yeah.
And the opportunity presented itself, and I was biased. It was this or a GTR, and I mean, I didn't have a GTR on my wall when I was a kid. You know
right.
What I mean? So
thank you for making like 15-year-old me very happy. And
no problem.
I'm just gonna sit here and touch it. I just want to be inside it.
All right.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you have an interesting car that I can drive for a video on the channel, hit me up at neil.shootingcars@gmail.com. I appreciate it, and see you guys next time.